Hello, my friends. It's Carl Smith, your international hypnotist and coach, and I'm here today to give you a very, very important message. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not here to upsell or do anything like that. This is one of the most important lessons as a hypnotist, hypnotherapist, or coach, or any other change worker or human being on the planet I will ever give. And I'm going to tell you an account of a story that's happened today, an account of a story of a well-known therapist who I know, a very good therapist, and also what happened today. Okay, this morning, this goes out to all of you. If you can't give me the few minutes, right, that's possibly going to save a life or your mental health in the future, then shut down now, right? Because I've got no time for you, okay? Let me just take you back 6 years ago. I worked with a young lady 6 years ago who had decided to take herself to Dignitas. I've got no qualms in telling this story whatsoever, by the way. So anyone who wants to use it against me, more than welcome to. The family are at peace with me, and so is everybody else. So before I start, let me just do this. About 6-7 years ago, I worked with a young lady, and she decided to go to Dignitas to end her own life. Now, the reason she came to me was not necessarily to change her way of thought, to change the way that she was doing things. She wanted to experience some peace. She wanted to experience some calm. So I invited her along accordingly, and we had a class on. She knew that was going on, and she came along, and we did some mindfulness. We did some visualization work with her, a powerful thing. And she left us and had an amazing day, a powerful, powerful day. So her carer, her family, her daughters told me that she had an amazing day. The following day, she took her own life by injecting herself with with insulin because of her diabetes. And in the note, she mentioned that she'd had one of the best days of her life. She didn't believe it was going to get any better, and she couldn't wait for Dignitas. For those who don't know what Dignitas is, it's where people go to take their own life in Switzerland under medical supervision. Okay, so if you don't know what Dignitas is and you're a therapist, go have a look at it. I was devastated for months. There's some people are going to be watching this video that knew me, that knew I was devastated, that I felt in some way that I was responsible for what had gone on. I was reassured by the family, by those people that were there, those people that happened. Okay. Why am I telling you that story? Today, I received a phone call from a therapist, a damn good therapist, who was going around to see a friend who had literally received a phone call saying that they were looking at imps, there were devils, there was Jesus, there was creatures in her front room, and the noises around her were telling her that she was going to be taken away to another life, to Jesus, to God, to whatever that she chose, whatever. But this is her world, by the way, so no disrespect to anyone else's cultural beliefs or whatever going on. But Jesus was going to turn up and take her tonight. And the important thing is about this is that the therapist spoke to me. I then spoke to the person in question, and that person in question was obviously going through some real issue. Now, a little bit of history about this is that the person had been drinking for many years. The person had been on medication for many years, and had decided to take themselves off of alcohol, to take themselves off of the drugs and everything. So clearly, and I am not a medical person, but with a little bit of background knowledge, and I'm not diagnosing, but we are looking at alcohol or drug-induced psychosis. If you look at the definition of it, a lot of auditory, a lot of visual, hallucinations, and a lot of noises, and a lot of things that she was telling me about tinnitus or tinnitus to all my American friends. Tinnitus or tinnitus, obviously, as well, the noises that people were telling her. A dramatic change from a person who I've met many times, a dramatic change from what that person was to where they are now. So the first question is what to do. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Now, for those people that know me, you know that I teach hypnotherapy or coaching contraindications. The lessons are on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to plonk it. I'm going to put that lesson directly after this. So schizophrenia, bipolar, personality disorders, narcolepsy, epilepsy, drink and drug psychosis, to name a few. If those things turn up in your coaching, in your hypnotherapy, in any of your realms, they pop up, a huge red flag should appear. A huge, big red flag should appear straight away telling you, right, to stop and get medical assistance, or sorry, medical assistance if they're displaying signs, or refer them back to a GP or psych team straight away. I cannot tell you, right, the pain that I went through a few months ago. Those people who know me nearest and dearest, and some of my closest friends in this, know that I felt absolutely distraught and devastated by what happened to me. And I don't care. I know people have used this against me before, for being honest, but I couldn't give a shit, right? Because I'm telling you now, if I save a life or your future, I've done my job. Now, the key thing is if you as a therapist if you receive anything like that, people with schizophrenia, bipolar, personality disorders, narcolepsy, epilepsy, drink or drug psychosis, or anything that flashes up a huge big red flag, stop what you're doing straight away. If they're with you and they're doing it, call for emergency assistance straight away if you deem it necessary, right? If you think that they're going to cause harm to themselves or others, then call for emergency services straight away. If that person is on with a medical team and they're not displaying anything there, my advice, stop what you're doing, refer them back and get a note from their doctor or their med team straight away. Some of you, right, and the reason I'm like this is because there are people out there that get these stupid little acronyms behind their names. They get fucking silly little letters behind their names and all of a sudden become godlike creatures with this arrogance that you can achieve anything and work with anybody and help everybody. You fucking can't. All right, let me get that into your big fucking coconut right now. You can't. I've done this video directly after getting off the phone to the police force in question in the UK, right? So I am passionate about this at the moment. And I want you to realize I couldn't give a shit if your certificate has got a gold label on it with I'm the bee's knees and I'm a fucking legend on it. I could not give a monkey's fuck. You are playing with people's lives. If you have any contraindications or you fear for the life or the safety of other people, when you are working, I don't give a shit who your trainer was. I don't care what little dingle bells you've got on your little certificate. And I couldn't give a shit how arrogant you are. You stop. Today, the therapist phoned me and said, shit, Carl, I'm worried. I went into police mode. For those people who know that I used to be a police officer, I went into police mode, did all the background stuff that I could do, collated all the information and contacted the local police force straight away because there is an imminent threat to life. I expect you to do that after this video. And I cannot get any more lessons, the most fucking serious I've ever been in my life about this. Some people out there are so fucking arrogant and stupid. Trainers, especially, some of you need to hang your fucking heads in shame the way that you teach people and the way that you allow these certain things to happen. And if you are one of them, change your fucking ways because I'm sick and tired of it. You need to start taking responsibility. If somebody takes their life on your fucking watch, it will hurt. I know it does. It did to me, and I fucking don't want it to happen to you. In the eventuality that you are hit with somebody having a mental health crisis, you are to stop straight away. You are to defer them off to an ambulance or a police officer. You are to get them and use any ways or means to get them out, because I know money's tight with them and they won't come out sometimes. Any ways or means to get it out. And then, if they are all right, compos mentis, stop working with them until you have medical assistance, a GP, a doctor, medical team, psych team, whatever they're under, give you the go ahead. I do not want you to go through A, what that therapist has gone through today, and B, what I had to live with for a little while until I realized I came to terms. And Barry Neal, Paul Gibson, and a couple of others that knew what went on, and those people that were on that course that day know exactly what went on. They know what went on, right? And they know that I did my best and I didn't do any ego. I wasn't arrogant. I didn't do anything. I just did a light dusting and a beautiful thing where she could toddle off into the wilderness. It was still enough that powerful thing that day, that positive thing that I did, that thing that she thought was positive, was enough for her to go, I've had enough. Anyone having a mental health or medical crisis, you're to stop immediately and you're to do that. And if you do not understand what contraindications are, I will put the fucking lesson at the end of here and I want you to tell me what you think. This is not a sales tactic. This is a fucking passionate message to stop you falling in a fucking hole I fell in. And obviously other people as well may fucking have problems because of what you've done. Much love to you and your families. I wish you all the best. Please listen to this message and leave your comments below. My friends, go out there and enjoy this wonderful, wacky world. Go out there and go practice, 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 practice. And when you finish practicing, go practice some more. My friends, I've never meant this more in my fucking life. Do it. Take care.